Hey everybody, welcome to Whiskey Whistle. I'm the host of the show, Mark, and this is whiskey review number 166. Basil Hayden's bourbon whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey. This is the fourth part in a 9-part series here on the channel known as Whiskey Whistle's Barrage of Bourbon. Boom! 6 of them. Basil Hayden's, this is a current brand. I believe this is an older miniature. I think this is from when it was clearly known as an 8-year-old. It's 40% ABV. There's something a little bit different about this though. This particular one from Jim Beam Brands, Beam Suntory. This one has twice as much rye as Knob Creek and Baker's, and what was the other one? Booker's. So Booker's, Baker's, Knob Creek, and Basil Hayden's, that's kind of like their signature bourbons from the Jim Beam group. Anyway, sorry about the label, everybody at Jim Beam. That's what I found, and that's what I'm going to run with here. We can see that right on the back here. So just so you can see that, can you see right there? And I'm going to read that to you. It says, "Today we make Basil Hayden's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey using the same skill and care that made it a favorite among America's frontier settlers. Distilled and bottled by Kentucky Springs Distilling Company, Claremont, Frankfort, Kentucky, USA. 50 milliliters, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof." And this also has a stamp on the top, I think that's just for show now. It doesn't say anything about any sort of tax paid, duty-free type thing. So anyway, it just says Basil Hayden right there. I guess that's in Basil Hayden's own, John Hancock, his own signature, his own penmanship. Let's crack it open. Oh, that's a nice sound we like to hear. Okay, Basil Hayden's. And it goes. So high rye with this one, huh? Any point in having that there? I guess there is. Turn it around so that you can see that half of the back label. All right. So, anything else about this one? Well, I have done a review of Knob Creek, and I've done a review of Baker's. I have yet to do a review of Booker's. I hope to at some point. It's rather pricey stuff. And, well, I think it's only going to get more pricey now that it has won Whiskey of the Year by Jim Murray in his Whiskey Bible. That was last year for the Booker's Rye. The 2013 sort of vintage, I guess we'll call it. Can you call it a vintage? Vintage? I mean, vintage goes with the word vin, which is wine, right? So we need a new word there. Anyway, 2013, that was the winner. Now, this one, how old is that? I believe it is 8 years old or thereabouts. Oh, and it sure is a very, very subtle, very, very unusual nose here. Very, very much a rye coming through, and yet still balanced by those very forward smelling bourbon notes. Oh. What kind of a fruit am I smelling here? It's not just apples. There are some grapes in here. Boy. Okay, I'm going to let that sit for a little bit as well. 8 years old, we should give it a few minutes. All right, so we'll come back with that. Stay tuned. watch these short little advertisements from YouTube. Please watch them. Welcome back, Basil Hayden's. This is the 8-year-old, 80%. Why do I keep saying that? 80 proof, 40% ABV. Double the rye from the other members of the Jim Beam Fancy Special Whiskies of Knob Creek, Baker's, Booker's, and Basil Hayden's. Is there another one? I think that's just the 4 of them. Boy, you wouldn't know it was a high rye from the nose. The nose is very sweet. Cherry lollipops. Cherry cough medicine. The smell of it. A little bit of coffee. Ooh, that is very nice. My goodness. The that unusual fluoride gel that your dentist stuck into a bitey thing that you stuck in your mouth and you bit on for 5 minutes. Meanwhile, your saliva is just dripping out of there. Can you remember that? Do they even do that anymore? I probably that's probably hurt my body in some way. All that fluoride. I think the profession is moving away from fluoride somewhat, but I'm getting that really earthy mintiness from this. Now that's that rye, and it's more like a wild cherry. Oh yeah. Boy, that's a really nice nose. Now, I really wonder, these ancient bourbons, they don't have this kind of sweetness. Is that the bottle effect, the old bottle effect? Or has something changed in the casking of things? All right, on to the palate. Cheers, everyone. It's like a soft, minty breeze just wafting over my tongue. Yep, I can tell there's a bit of rye there. I can also tell that this is 8 years old and getting up there in age. The cherries seem to continue in the palate and in the finish. A little bit more of a fruit basket, also some grapes, apple, a little bit of orange, a very sweet orange. It's got more cinnamon at the front of the palate, and then the mint really comes through. Minty, dry, herbal, maybe even a bit of basil, a bit of rosemary. The finish is pretty much medium, getting a little on the long side, but more towards the medium end of things. Although I'm still left with that really dry mouth effect. So that's pretty nice. Let's add just a little bit of water, see what happens with that. Is that enough? There. Give it a good shake. Sorry about the glass. I have 10 glasses here at home, and most of them have a label on it, so what can I do? Not much changed. Oh. A little bit more of that cherry. Maybe a little bit of strawberry and raspberry developing here too. All right. Cheers again. Like a fruit basket. A fruit basket with these herbs sort of wafting around. I don't know, imagine a little garden. You've got some strawberry bushes. They're ripe. They're ready to be picked. And then you've got a little bit of mint growing there. The rye really kicks in the finish here. Oh, really nice. Anything else there? It's very sweet also. I can really feel that sweetness right down here. Compared to Knob Creek and Baker's, these are the two that I've had. I think I like this. Yeah, it's lower in ABV, but it still has a big pile of flavor ready to wash over your mouth. A big wave, I guess that's better, a big wave of flavor ready to wash your mouth to smithereens. All right, anyway, so how about that one? The WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Basil Hayden's. This is 8 years old. It's 40% ABV. I'm going to give that a 90 out of 100. 90 out of 100. That is the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Basil Hayden's 80%. Fruit basket with a bit of mint. I think so far, I mean, this antique was also very nice. I can't even remember what score I gave it, even though that was just a few minutes ago for me. For you, that was a few days ago, if you watched it. Boy, really nice anyway. So 90 out of 100. That is the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Basil Hayden's. Now, stay tuned for the next one. What's coming next is... What is it? Well, I can't tell you. So you better watch and find out, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to WhiskyWhistle. And take care now. Goodbye.